Hello, everyone. Welcome
Hey, everybody.
to the. Let me actually up your volume a bit on the stream. Speak again.
Hello, everybody.
Good
How's
man.
it going?
I'll lower my volume a bit too. Now we are equals.
Yeah, I mean, you're actually playing the game though. I'm just it's kind of funny that in the thumbnail for this video, for this stream, I'm depicted as this giant and Callum is tiny, but
Oh my god. I'm so sorry, everyone. Give me like 5 seconds.
What happened, Callum?
No, I clicked into the game and then a choir started screaming in my ears.
Hello, Mr. Hat. How are you doing?
I promise I'll turn the sound down.
We are playing Dark Souls, and Callum is going to be playing. I am going to be cheering him on and also occasionally making decisions about the build. So if the character that ends up getting created is very schizophrenic and bad, yeah, that's why.
Okay, thank God. I've turned down the volume a bit. That Gregorian choir just
You see, they gotta hit you with that, because otherwise, how will you know you're playing a Dark Souls game?
blow my inner ear out.
The challenge run starts when the game is loading up.
All right, welcome
you have to dodge roll into the audio settings.
Welcome to my to the inaugural Byte Souls. Welcome to this
Byte
fresh
Souls.
out of the oven Dark Souls 3. I have both of the DLCs. So we're golden if we get that far. Let's start this Dark Souls game like I start every Dark Souls game by rolling some dice. Emilio, do you want to explain why I'm rolling dice right now?
Yes. Oh wait. Mr. Hattis says, out of curiosity, snowstorms aren't really a thing in SA, right? Yes and no. So there are actually parts of this country that have experienced snowstorms for the first time, and people were trapped on the highway. But normally we're not supposed to have snow. But
No. Unless you're
anyway.
on top of a mountain.
Unless you're on top of a mountain, because there are mountainous areas that do have snow. So for the viewers at home, we are basically going to be doing a dice controlled build. Callum is going to be rolling dice whenever we are making some decisions about the build.
Oh no! I'm rolling dice now at the beginning, and then we'll make. Because I've done this with Baldur's Gate, it doesn't work. I'm rolling the dice now, and we're deciding right now what our build is gonna be.
Awesome. Okay. Cool. So yeah, we're just gonna be using dice to randomize elements of the build, and then we'll see how that can go. We're not gonna be doing any kind of meta strategies or anything like that. It's just gonna be basically just a regular playthrough of Dark Souls.
Yep, and I've seen enough challenge runs to know that there is no meta. You can do anything.
And also, I don't think I'm good enough to actually do a challenge run in Dark Souls. I can barely play the game.
All right, have you got your list of stats in your head, Emilio?
Let me just Google it quickly.
It's I just need 1 to 4. Randomize 1 to 4. It's intelligence, faith, dexterity, or strength. Those are our damage stats.
Okay, sure.
And
so you're gonna roll.
I'm gonna roll a d6. If we get a 5, we're a hybrid character, so I'll roll twice, and we'll take the 2 stats and make that our class. And if I get a 6, Emilio picks our build.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. I got a 4.
A 4. Okay, so that is intelligence?
Oh, fuck, we're a caster. Oh, no. Oh, God, okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
alright.
That's fine.
Caster builds are generally okay. I mean, like, I would say that a caster build is probably...
Yes,
like, people have said that caster builds are, like, easy.
Indeed.
But, I prefer to go up and hit people with weapons, so it's gonna be fun. I don't think I've ever really done a caster build in Dark Souls.
Same. Oh, we've got the opening cinematic.
Okay, so while we let that play, I've been thinking about a couple things. So I have my handy-dandy list of Steam topics for today, and I'm gonna choose one by rolling a dice.
I might actually skip this then, it's a bit loud.
Okay, so 6. Okay, so 6. Right, so I have been thinking a lot about the state of the RTS genre.
Yes.
because Yahtzee made that video recently about how he doesn't like RTS games, and I really like Yahtzee. I have a lot of respect for his opinions, but as a lover of RTS games, I have to say that I don't agree with him, obviously. And I was thinking, like, RTS games are not like what they used to be, where the genre was so rigidly locked in. Nowadays a lot of things can kind of blur the lines between what an RTS game is and what it isn't. Yeah, Mr. Had says it perfectly. RTS is dead, long live RTS. I've always thought that what happened is that RTS changed, but the fan base didn't.
Oh.
Right?
Sorry, just you've played Dark Souls 3, right?
Yeah, I have.
Are you watching the stream right now?
Yes, I am.
Take a look at these skin color squares. What is this meant to be? Because this does not represent the color I'm seeing.
I don't know, man.
Is that Kratos?
Maybe it's like maybe it's the vibes of the color, because like yeah, that doesn't look.
We're doing Kra-toes.
Yeah. So for those of you who haven't picked it up already, the title of the stream is a hint that we are. Callum said I should name the character, and I said Kra-toes, and then he was like, I didn't expect that whatsoever.
Well, here's the thing: is that like I thought to myself, okay, you know what? I can do the art. Like I'm the art boy, and Emilio can do the oh no. Bird.
That is a sharp chin, my man. That is a +3 physical damage chin.
That's the thing, is that Kra-toes has like that preposterous jawline.
Look, man, he's a Greek, right? And he has in the later games.
Be careful of what you say right now.
But in the later games he's got a beard, but in the earlier games he doesn't, and so he just doesn't have that. Does he?
Yeah, he has a like a little wispy goatee.
Okay, that's not like the full-on beard that I'm talking about. Like in God of War,
there we go.
Okay, Kratos' goatee is it doesn't really hide the shape of his chin, but the new beard that he has definitely hides the shape of his chin.
There we go.
Okay.
This is Kra-toes.
Yeah, this is Kra-toes. Now,
this is well, okay, now we've ventured away from Kra-toes into Kronk, but this is Kra-toes.
The reason why I decided to go with Kra-toes is, firstly, I have been thinking a lot about God of War, but secondly, wouldn't Kra-toes just be really like good in a Dark Souls type world?
I agree with you. I think he'd do quite well. I think it would be wild for him to be a spellcaster.
Okay, well, look, right? Like every version of so in the beginning of God of War, like Kratos was a young man. He was, getting into fights and using the chains of chaos, blades of chaos. And then in the next God of War, there was no jump button, so he's getting older. I feel like by the third iteration of Kratos, he's like, you know what? Fighting is a young man's game. I'm just gonna sit back and cast spells.
Kratos does do magic. Like that's the thing. Yeah, he has a magic meter.
Yeah, I mean he has like magic items and stuff like that can also.
This is the color. No, sorry, no hair. Are we doing young Kratos or old Kratos?
I like old Kratos better. So I think we go with a beard and no hair.
Well, they don't really have like old Kratos. We've just made Miles from Largely Unemployed. No, that's Miles.
Yeah, we have.
There's Miles. Hey,
we gotta.
Someone take a screenshot of this.
Yeah, we gotta clip this.
I've taken a screenshot.
Yeah, we gotta clip this and taunt Miles in the Largely Unemployed Discord server.
They don't really have Kratos' bushy beard.
Well, yeah, they don't really. I mean, look, he's got a full-on like depression beard. So
yeah. Well, we can do old Kratos, like original Kratos, and just do this.
Okay, sure.
So we're going original Kratos then. What was Kratos' eye color?
Brown,
Was
I
there?
think. Well, Kratos is Greek.
That doesn't mean anything. Kratos is mythical. Kratos is a
Sure.
mythological man.
Okay, let me just Google it.
Please tell me you have a single line. Just one line, please.
Okay, so it says here that according to game FAQs, he has green eyes, but then in God of War 2 he has black eyes, and in God of War 3 he has gray eyes.
I'm not seeing...
I say give him gray eyes then, because if he's gonna be a Spartan...
Okay, I'm trying to find his tattoo.
He's got like a face... It's like a scar kind of dealio.
He
right?
has a giant red tattoo.
Well, yeah, he's got like a big red slash over his face.
No, he has a giant red tattoo. Look up one picture of Kratos. It's a ginormous red tattoo.
Is that a tattoo? I always thought that was just like a...
No, it's because his brother had a birthmark, and then his brother got killed because of his birthmark. What is this, Sanskrit? Can I just get Sanskrit tattooed on my man over here? Why is this,
like the
what is
ideological
this
implications
paragraph?
of what that implies. Yeah, I don't like the ideological implications of what that implies about the world building of Dark Souls.
Okay, well this is kind of close. Let's do this. Tattoo mark. It's...
Listen, we're not gonna get it 100%. We just gotta, like Kratos is a spellcaster. We've already changed the build quite significantly, right?
biggest. And then position left. Yeah, it's over his left eye, right? Look up a picture of Kratos for me.
Yeah, it's over his left eye.
That's his right eye. Hang on.
That's his, yeah.
There we go.
'Cause
And then
you gotta rotate that bad boy.
a little bit down. No, that's as far left as I can rotate it, apparently. Although we can probably do this. There we go.
Yeah, it's fine. Look, I think anybody who looks at that would easily be able to say this
It is Kratos. Well, I wonder if I can do another one. Can I create, craft another tattoo on this man? I doubt it.
I mean, I don't ever actually do any character building when I play games. I just go with defaults.
Okay, turn around the eyes is, I assume, dark. Eye socket.
Just make it
dark.
Yeah, just...
He is sad.
make it
This
like
is
a
sad
dark
Kratos now. He's so sad.
Well, he's a spellcaster, so he's burdened with knowledge, Callum.
He's burdened with sadness.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
Deeply troubled man.
Now he has a glower.
Mr. Hat asks, have you played the new Dragon Age? Are you referring to Veilguard, Mr. Hat?
I have
I
not
haven't.
played it.
However, I have talked to somebody who has finished... she took like a week off work to just straight up finish the game. So, I think it's... Look, I've seen a lot of videos about it. I know Scale Up has a video about how the new Dragon Age kind of sucks. I've seen very mixed reporting. I think there's like a there are pros and cons. I'm just kind of, on the one hand, I'm glad that BioWare is making games again. On the other hand, though, I don't think they're ever going to be able to recapture the glory days of Dragon Age Origins.
Okay, I'm going to say something. And it might make me unpopular. Dragon Age Origins was not my favorite Dragon Age. Dragon Age 2 is my favorite Dragon Age. By far.
Really?
Yes.
Why is that?
Because it's the same reason that I like The Hobbit. It's
like
I'm not saving the world. I'm saving a city.
Story. Okay.
I felt more connected to saving that city than I ever did to saving the world in the first one. Okay, this is this is Kratos after a really rough life. Life has not treated this Kratos well.
No.
Okay, so we're doing a spellcaster. Man, we could have given him an axe. So Herald is kind of like no. Assassin, no. Sorcerer is probably what we're going to be doing.
Okay, wait. So I have a question. Would
Yes.
Kratos use sorcery, or would he want to be like a pyromancer?
Well, sorcery is the only one that uses intelligence. And intelligence is
True.
our only damage stat, apparently.
Okay.
So... I mean, it's fine. As long as we can find that thing that lets us infuse our weapon to be like an intelligence weapon, it'll be fine.
It'll
But yeah.
be okay.
I mean, you are... I drew you as the knight on the cover for a reason. You can veto this.
Okay, Callum, let me... Fire is angry. What is the pyromancer main stat?
The pyromancers don't do... Like, pyromancy doesn't require stats. That's its benefit. But it's mainly good at strength. And it has equal intelligence and faith.
I kind of feel like... Mr. Hat says fire is angry and Kratos angry, so
I mean,
fire.
Kratos canonically is a fire-based thing. Like, the Blades of
Yeah.
Chaos are fire.
I kind of feel like maybe he would be a pyromancer.
Okay, but then is
gonna
intelligence
veto.
still our...
I'm gonna veto that.
So do we
Look,
reroll our...
I was known as the knight, so I get to make the veto decisions. So switch from intelligence to strength so that we can do a pyromancer bold.
Alright, I'm good with that. So we're going full strength with this one.
Yeah. I mean, again, you know,
Well,
Kratos is sad Kratos. So
The benefit of doing pyromancy, right, is that pyromancers don't actually require stats. You just upgrade the pyromancer flame.
yeah.
So we can go pyromancer or warrior. Warrior has the highest strength stat, and you do get pyromancy actually fairly early in this game. It's in like the third area.
So I guess the question is, would Kratos know how to use fire, or would it be a thing that he'd have to learn?
Is this Kratos prior to making his deal with Ares? Or is it after his deal with Ares? If it's after his deal with Ares, then he's a pyromancer for sure.
You know, I'm gonna say that.
Or deprived.
Like, I'm gonna say that, like,
Unga
maybe we
bunga.
go with I say we go with pyromancer because I think just making him a warrior who learns pyromancy, you know, like, this Kratos is sad. He's seen some things. He's had to kill his family.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go with pyromancy instead. And yeah, we'll just, you know, play it by ear and see how it goes.
Sure. Or, and hear me out, Unga
Yeah.
bunga.
Unga bunga.
What does the chat say?
Mr. Hat. Oh, 3 people are watching right now. Mr.
Hey.
Hat, what do you think?
Hey, welcome to
go-
the chat. Welcome to the stream, chat. Just take a look at Kratos' gooch.
Please stop doing that before YouTube demonetizes us.
It's just that's what I live for, is the tiny Emilio laugh. So we can
it's
go...
been a di-
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, we can go deprived, which starts off with nothing and all of our stats are equal, but we're level 1. So we can upgrade in any position. We can go off with pyromancer, which starts off with pyromancy and an axe, and has decently high strength.
Ooh, yeah, that does sound good. Okay, so Mr. Hat says I'm not good at Dark Souls, so I don't know. How about this, Callum?
Yeah?
We'll roll a d6.
Well, how many things are we between? Warrior, pyromancer, and deprived?
Yeah, so we just split it, right?
Okay, 1 and 2 is warrior, 3
Yeah,
and 4 is
3 and-
pyromancer, and 5 and 6
And
is
5
deprived.
and 6 is... Yeah.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Oh, it went off the table. It's a 1.
It's a 1, so we're a warrior.
We are a warrior.
Alright, we'll learn pyromancy later then.
Hell yeah. Let's...
Oh yeah.
I forgot he looked like this. Okay, burial gift. Let's go with...
What would make sense for Kratos?
Fire gem, material used to upgrade fire weapons. We can... get a fire weapon. We can make our axe a fire axe.
Yeah, but we're not gonna stick with this axe for long, are we?
but then it doesn't matter. Infused weapons are garbage.
Yeah.
We can get a soul, sovereignless soul, to acquire more souls when we start. Rusted gold coin increases item discovery for a while. Cracked red eye orb we won't use because we're probably not going to invade other people. Young white branch. I know how to use that, but it's like a social thing that you do between characters. Life ring gives us more HP. Divine blessing heals us. Hidden blessing fully restores our FP, which is used for like weapon skills and spells. And a black firebomb. An uncouth gift for the departed.
What would we do with a firebomb? Maybe we should just pick one of the life items.
Well, if you allow me to say, I would prefer to pick the soul, because then we can upgrade earlier.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, let's do this.
Okay, so we're the journey of Kra-toes begins.
Yeah, you know this is the only like Dark Souls game I've beaten.
What?
Yeah. I've gotten very far in Dark Souls 1. I think I beat the Bed of Chaos most recently, and I've beaten Seath before, but this is the only game I've actually beaten. I've never done the DLC though.
The only Dark Souls game I've beaten is Dark Souls 1.
Really?
Yeah, I made it most of the way at 2, but then I just lost the motivation to continue.
I'm almost done with Bloodborne. I think I have like 3 bosses left in Bloodborne.
Okay, yeah, but Bloodborne I think is, out of all of the Souls-like games, I think Bloodborne is the best.
I enjoy Bloodborne a lot. I'm currently in the DLC of Bloodborne, and I have to fight the Orphan of Kos and Lawrence.
Ooh.
And then I've fought the Orphan of Kos like twice now. It sucks.
It's the idea of a boss like being born, then fighting you with its placenta is a crazy idea.
It is, yeah. No, but that's the kind of game it is. I also like Bloodborne for the reason that I like the Hobbit and Dragon Age 2. It's because Bloodborne isn't about saving the world. It's not about like dooming it to darkness or saving it. You're just like killing some monsters and then you discover aliens are involved.
Well, Bloodborne is fundamentally a story about cosmic cycles. And, you know, the thing is, humans are kind of insignificant in that scale. So, you know, you either wake up from the nightmare, you take over the nightmare, or you become a squid guy. Yeah, you become a squid. And neither one is a bad idea. It's just, you know...
It's just how it goes.
It's very Lovecraftian, right? It's very Lovecraftian in the idea that like cosmic beings beyond our comprehension are affecting us. Whereas Dark Souls is about, you know, this idea that you can alter the entire destiny of the world by becoming a squid guy in Bloodborne. It just makes you this tiny little squid guy, and yeah, maybe you might have more powers or whatever, but you know, the implication is that it's a kind of an indifferent sort of thing, right?
Well, I always thought of it as like Dark Souls is a story of willpower, whereas Bloodborne is more a story of like understanding forces that are bigger than yourself.
Yeah, I mean, Dark Souls is about your determination to become a god. Bloodborne is about the process of trying to understand what a god is, right?
Yeah, it's because the world like reveals itself more to you. Like you think you understand things, but as the mystery continues, you realize you understand nothing. Fuck you, dude. Who gave you that?
I mean, it's like, you know, the thing is, Dark Souls takes place in a world that exists, right? You know, all these places, Anor Londo, Lordran, all those places, they exist, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is, Bloodborne, maybe the world exists. You know, you're in a dream for most of it, you know? You know, this idea that, oh, you're stuck in this dream, what is real, what isn't. But also, you know, you can go, like, one of the best parts about Bloodborne is the fact that you can go inside of other people's dreams. You can do Inception, right? You can have a dream within a dream. You know, and that...
What? When does that happen?
I mean, no, like, so...
Are you talking about the Nightmare of Mensis?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, then I guess you're right.
Yeah, because because what's implied by the lore of we got 4 viewers. What's implied by the
Hey.
lore of Bloodborne is that you are in a dream. You're in the hunter's dream, right?
Yeah.
But inside the hunter's dream are separate other dreams that you could get into, which and I don't believe for a fact that the Nightmare of Mensis is the only sort of parallel dream thing going on. I think that there are multiple dreams that are happening, right? And you can find dreamers and, go inside their dreams and see what they're dreaming about, and then you can just keep going deeper and deeper and deeper.
I mean, yeah, like the Old Hunters DLC is kind of implied to be a dream, isn't it? Because you're dreaming of the past.
No, exactly. The Old Hunter's Dream is a great case of this, because that is a separate dream, but not just of the present, of the past, but also it's like multiple people's dreams that have all piled together. So,
first boss time.
All right, good luck, my guy.
Thank you. This is my friend Gundia.
I do love how you have to like pull a sword out of the guy.
Well, that's the coiled sword from the first bonfire.
Just and then he wakes up, and then By the way, I've been meaning to ask.
Yeah.
While we're on the topic of Souls-likes, how do you feel about Sekiro?
I played a bit of Sekiro, and I think it's a game I could get into if I had like practiced a bit more. But I just sort of I don't know. It didn't hit me the same way. But it's also like I'm always like that with Souls-like at first. Like I need a minute or like to watch a stream or something to get. I don't know. Hey, we did it.
Nice.
Just call me a master. I need to like. I am not a very brave person. I personally have never been super into like exploring or anything like that, so watching someone play the game first is almost like letting my brain know that it's okay.
Yeah, okay. No, I get that. I'm fascinated by Sekiro's setting, right?
Well, because it's the wolf and the cub, right?
Yeah.
That story.
Yeah, I have a soft spot for like, we've got 5 viewers. Welcome everybody.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Yeah, we're talking about Sekiro. Let us know in the comments what your favorite Souls-like game is.
I can't hide Kratos' face.
No.
Look at him. Look at my doughy young man.
Oh, okay. Somebody called X-Sultan6 says hi. Hello, X-Sultan6.
Hey, what's up, bud?
So I'm fascinated by Sekiro's setting because FromSoft is Japanese, right?
Yeah.
And you can tell like that because like a lot of this Western stuff in the other games is sort of filtered by proxy, but they understand Japanese stuff a lot. So I just I also like the idea that you don't really have like multiple weapons. You just have to get good at using like the skills and things like that.
Yeah, I think that's a cool thing. That was something I enjoyed about Hollow Knight.
I think, no, for sure. I do think that Sekiro is probably one of the hardest Souls-like games. I'm not good at it at all.
Me neither. I'm really bad at parrying.
Because
actually, let me see if I'm bad at parrying.
So I've played it.
Bro.
I think I've had the worst starting experience out of any of the Souls-like games playing Sekiro than I did any of the others because you just got to get into the groove of it, Wow. But it's just a fascinating kind of thing to me. So X-Sultan6 and Mr. Hat says they like Elden Ring. Yeah, I see that. Elden Ring is popular for a reason.
Oh God.
Caleb and I were talking about it the other day, like just how much of George R.R. Martin's influence is actually in Elden Ring. Because we know that he was involved in the story sort of development, the world building and stuff, but like the exact amount is not really specified.
Well, I used to watch tier lists a lot, and there's one guy named Rusty, who's quite big on YouTube, made a tier list of all the like legendary armaments, and one of them is the grafted greatsword. And he said that, well, it's not a great sword, to be honest, but he's certain, like, until he gets a reason to believe otherwise, that's the only contribution that George R.R. Martin made to the game. Because it just looks like the Iron Throne as a sword.
But wait, what about that guy who talks about turning the lobsters and the shrimps into meals, right?
Who says Marika's tits? I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe. You mean Blackguard? Blackguard.
Yeah, that guy. I feel like that's a great that reeks of George R. R. Martin.
Yeah. Okay, so
That's his.
I'm not gonna go this way, but for those of you who want to play Dark Souls 3, if you're building a dex build, go up these stairs right here, because you can fight a hollow up there, who if you kill him, you get the Uchigatana. It's like the earliest katana you can get in the game, and it's one of the best dex weapons.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that's good advice for a dex build. I do find it funny that katanas are thought of as like dex weapons, because they're not really.
No. Well, I mean, I don't know that. I like that I just agree with you.
I've used katanas before, and I wouldn't necessarily say that they're very dexterity based. When I think of a weapon that's dexterity based, I think of like a European rapier, right?
I think it's just because, like, something that's associated with dexterity pretty heavily is slash damage. You know?
Yeah.
So the ability to slash is considered as very like a dexterous thing, and katanas are primarily slashing focused. Are we gonna go heavy armor in this one? Well, we're going strength, so
yeah.
we'll have a heavy
should,
weapon.
right? Like in the new God of War, Kratos, I call him almost Kratos for a second. Kratos does wear armor, right? He can equip some pretty heavy armor as well.
And look, I was mad about that for a while. Hey, what's up, Andre? Good to see you again.
Like
oh, Andre.
He's getting older.
Andre, be careful, dog. My axe is like right at your face.
Mr. Hat says, aren't bows dex and crossbow strength? Do you mean in real life or do you mean in this game?
In this game, it depends. You get great bows, which are strength focused, and I think crossbows tend to be more strength focused. But, in real life, I don't think it's that simple.
I mean, I would say that, if anything, the bow is the strength thing and the crossbow is the dex thing. Because most crossbows, that aren't small enough to be spun by hand are spun by some device, spanned by some device. So you have to have something like a goat's foot lever or a cranaquin or a windlass or something, right? That's not necessarily a strength activity, right? Because the mechanical device does a lot of the work for you. But if you fumble the reload, then your crossbow's like the last thing you want to have happen is for you to reload your crossbow and then you fumble the bolt and then the bolt flies off the castle wall because you misplaced it, when you were loading.
That would be embarrassing. Haha, I've been
so
listening.
Right. But if you're using a bow, you just have to be strong. Like the way that they identify archers in graves and stuff like that is they look for skeletal deformation, of the upper body and arms, because you need to absolutely be jacked to do archery in like a warbow sense, So
I see.
Games always get it wrong.
Okay, so that's 20,000. Shit. The tower key is really important. That's how you get the covetous silver serpent ring. But first of all, let's sell our gosh darn shield. I don't need it. I'm never gonna need it.
Kratos only uses the shield. Well,
if there's one lesson that you should take away from Bloodborne, it's that shields engender passivity.
I love that line. I use that line on my actual students in the sword class.
Really?
Because it's true. Yeah, because it's true, right? If that's why we don't start people off with like shields, because they engender passivity. If you have a shield, you hide behind it, right? You don't actually respond proactively. So we always teach people to fight with sword first, and then maybe later on they can use a shield. I don't like people using shields because I think it's totally true. Shields engender passivity.
That makes sense.
That's just not good, right?
Yeah. Oh, speaking of the exact opposite of passivity, I know where to get the the berserk sword. It's not for a while though. Like we have to go through some shit together. But you can get the berserk sword in this game, and it's.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Do you think Kratos would respect Guts? Like.
I think that they would be fundamentally. I think that they would understand each other on some level, but just remember that for a while Kratos was a god. Like he did assume the duties of a god.
Yeah.
And
Because like they're both heavily traumatized, you know. Like-
yeah, but I would say that Guts was traumatized because he had a hard life, and then Kratos was traumatized because he was overly ambitious.
Yeah, that's true. Kratos did bring about a little bit, like, you know, the classic thing about every Greek myth, every Greek tragedy, is that the person who's involved in the tragedy always makes a choice,
Yeah.
right? Like, they always make the choice to do something, and that's why it's bad. Guts never had a choice. That bad stuff just happened to him, and then,
Guts
you know,
suffered
like,
because of other people's choices mostly.
yeah,
But he
yeah,
chose how
whereas-
to respond to it.
Yeah, and Kratos chose to become what he did, right?
Yeah.
He chose to climb that ladder and damn the consequences. Mr. Hat says, what's your favorite type of shield? Callum, do you want to go with that? What's your favorite type of shield?
I don't have a favorite type of shield because I'm not a pussy. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I don't know. Give me a second to think.
Okay, well, I have a couple of favorite shields that I guess I would sort of talk about. I'm a big fan of the Pavis. The Pavis is the very large shield that you can hide behind while you're spanning a crossbow or something. I just really like that. One of my favorite units is Warhammer, uses the Pavis, so I really like Pavises, although I would not want to fight with them. And, you know, they're mostly just for field use, right? They're so big and so heavy, you can't really, like, carry them around. If I had to pick a shield in terms of, like, actual utility, I'm a huge fan of the Targe, which is the Scottish shield associated with, like, the Highlanders, the Jacobite cause. If you've seen the TV show Outlander, you've seen a Targe. They're quite small and nimble. I don't think they do as much to engender passivity because they are small enough that you can't really completely hide behind them, but I do think they are big enough to be useful.
Yeah.
Um,
I am... Okay, personally, I think I would either not use a shield, or if I did use a shield, it would probably be a kite shield. But I really like... Visually, I like the tower shield, and visually, I like Boromir's shield.
oh, okay.
That one where it has, like, the thing in the middle.
Oh, that's it's got the boss. It's a boss grub shield, which is maybe historical to the time period. Well, it's maybe historical to the 11th century.
It's historical to the Third Age of Middle-earth.
Yeah.
You know, the time period.
Which is funny, because by the time because Gondor has plate armor, and by the time plate armor was developed, those types of shields were woefully obsolete.
Really?
Yeah, because that type of shield that Boromir has is a Viking migration era shield. It's like from the 11th century.
Ah.
Right, and
What's up?
the shields that were in use by the time plate armor was around, very, very different. But yeah, Boromir has like a migration era shield. It's boss script held in the center.
Whoops.
Nowadays, a lot of people use dog bowls to make that metal thing, which is called the boss.
Dog food bowls. Oh no.
Yeah, a dog food bowl. Yeah.
There is a dragon.
Oh, run.
Yep. Oh, Hey, remember that part in Dark Souls 1 where you had to run across the bridge and it was on fire? It's that again.
Yeah. Okay, so Mr. Hat says, I really like bucklers. I like bucklers too. I teach people how to fight with them. Most of the time, though, people don't really, like, their brains get overloaded, right? Because it's dual wielding, using two things in your hands is harder than it seems.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people struggle to just eat with a knife and a fork. So having a buckler and a sword, that can be tricky, right? Certainly, it is very popular, though. It was one of the most popular combinations. And then also, I don't know what it's called, but it's like a kite shield, but rounded at the top with an elongated point.
Okay.
I think you mean a heater shield. Wait.
Oops. Oh no.
Because
What's
like
up,
a kite
bud?
shield hasn't.
Oh yeah, probably. You're talking to me.
No, I'm talking to Mr. Hat. I think maybe you're talking about a heater shield. Maybe Google that
God.
and tell me if I'm right. Well, Callum is busy struggling.
Oh
But
no.
yeah, you know,
It's a knight.
it's
Haha. Hoo-hoo. I forgot that I was a strength build. I can stagger people. Crazy.
well, you know, when in doubt, right? Absolutely, just wail on him.
Yeah. Also, I'm using an axe, and axes are crazy fast in these games.
They are quite. I mean, I have a Dane axe, and I will say this: most people in the club are always surprised when I swing it at them, and it's much faster than they think. But you know, it's just about a momentum, right? It's just about momentum, sort of like easing your way into the strike, recovering appropriately. Yeah, I mean, those axes are great against shields. My favorite thing to do is to use the axe head to yoink somebody's shield, and then you just watch them like panic for a second because you know they're not expecting that to happen.
Yeah.
And then you just pop them.
Okay, so I have a question.
Yes.
I have a thought and a question, perhaps.
Yes.
Should I try and go and fight a mimic?
Yeah, go ahead.
Then let me actually go back to the fire link.
We've got Estus, and we've got health.
But I want to spend my souls.
Oh yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Tip number 2 in this game: if you have enough souls to level up, do it.
Yeah, don't.
As soon as you start saving them, you'll die, and
Yeah.
then you'll lose them. I miss Framped, because one of the nice things about Framped was that quite near to a fire link, you could buy dung pies from the undead merchant, and then they would basically it would be like a 1-to-1.
Yeah.
So you could bank your souls.
Welcome, host. Very well, then take.
Mr. Hat says I'm half wrong. I was describing a kite shield, but I confused heater shields as kites. Okay, so you actually like heater shields then? Okay, I mean yeah, the heater shield is a very common, you know, like the kite shield, from what I can tell, was probably more for cavalry use, because it has that teardrop shape basically, and that like covers you a lot if you're on a horse. But a heater shield is a, you know, it's much smaller, it's more maneuverable. You know, I think ultimately when it comes down to it, it's just about what feels comfortable for you, and you know what you can get away with, right? Because like the thing about shields is that if you have one that is too big, you are gonna tire yourself out. And that's like a Roman scutum, all of that jazz. That stuff can really tire you out. You know, from use. So you just gotta be careful.
I need to. I'm in the Bloodborne mindset right now. I'm letting things hit me because I'm just like, I'll just rally all of my health back.
You know, I do feel that Bloodborne, in a mechanical sense, is really FromSoft firing on all cylinders. Because I feel like they had to make Dark Souls to realize that actually shields do engender passivity, and it is actually a fun mechanic to, you know, rally all your health back.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite things about that game.
It doesn't make any sense. Like, how is you hitting the enemy in the right way, getting all your health back? But it is a very fun mechanic.
You're a vampire. That's how.
Yeah. So
you're drinking the copious blood they drop.
Yeah.
Oh, get out of my way! Get out of my way! Haha, idiots. Okay. So the mimic is in here. There's a lot of good stuff on that bridge that I want though. But dragon. But greed. But dragon. Alright, so
you know, yeah, I mean, you can get to the dragon later, right?
Killing this mimic is a big deal because it gets you a stronger axe.
Are there mimics in Bloodborne?
No.
No, okay. Sometimes I feel like a lot of the games do blur together, you know, and I'm like, okay, well, are there mimics in Blood? Because, you know, as soon as I said it, I thought to myself, okay, I'm just thinking about, like, is there like a gothic chest? But no, there aren't really items in the same way that Dark Souls has
You
items.
do get chests, but there aren't any mimics.
Yeah, because, like, you know, it's a different vibe. Also, the mimic design in this game is just absolutely freaky.
I love it. I love that they do roundhouse kicks.
Yeah, it's something so unsettling about it, you know.
There we go. Now we got a deep battle axe.
Nice.
It's like a battle axe, but deep.
Yeah, it listens to Joe Rogan.
It does dark damage, so maybe it does listen to Joe Rogan. Alright. If I go through this way, I'm just gonna end up back at the place I was at. But it's a good idea to unlock this so that I can do this dragon run I'm gonna do.
So, what is on the bridge that you're looking to get?
There's just... I remember there being something very useful. I can't remember what. There might be the Claymore out there. But that I might be thinking about the first game, because that's where the Claymore was in Dark Souls 1. Okay, yeah. Do your stuff. Cool. Okay. There's a club.
Nice.
Real fam in the club.
Something... Oh, okay. Something that I have always wondered about is, what if Dark Souls, these... FromSoft seem to have, a thing for dragons, they a lot of their games feature dragons very heavily.
Yeah.
And I always wondered, what if they made a dragon game, a Dragon Fighter game, something like that.
I regret to inform you that they've made several dragon games.
No.
Oh, hey, we got it! I was correct. Yeah, we're fucked.
Ah, damn it.
But we have the Claymore now, which is we may as well roll the credits. The game is done.
Well, you see, Callum, greed was your undoing.
Greed got me a shiny new sword.
Gordon Gecko said that greed is good, so I guess, yeah,
Gordon Gecko?
Yeah, don't you know Gordon Gecko?
No, who the hell is Gordon Gecko?
You seriously don't know him? From the movie?
From what movie?
From the Wall Street movie?
Wait, which Wall Street movie?
He was played by Michael Douglas, Academy Award winner Michael Douglas.
You're saying information that's not helpful, as though it's gonna illuminate all of this for me.
So in 1987, right?
Yes.
We got hit by a fantastic movie called Wall Street, and then its 2010 sequel, Money Never Sleeps. Wall Street is about this guy called Gordon Gecko, who is a composite of a lot of people, including guys like Carl Icahn. And they're all big shot money Wall Street guys. And he says greed is good. That's a thing that he does. Michael Douglas won an Academy Award for that. It was such a well-received film.
I'm gonna be super honest with you, dog. I'm not even sure I know who Michael Douglas is.
What?
I'm sure if you showed me a picture of him, I'd be able to go that guy from that. But off the top of my dome, I can't remember who Michael Douglas is.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Let me bring up his filmography.
Yeah, just give me one movie he's in.
Yeah, sure. I gotta scroll past he's got a lot of let's just say that he's got a lot of what is it?
He's got a lot of
subheaders. He's got a lot of subheaders on his Wikipedia page.
Oh.
Uh,
I was expecting a worse word. I thought you were gonna be he's got a lot of bad movies.
No, he's a famous actor, right? He had
because
throat
famous
cancer.
means good, right?
And he is a good actor. I will say, I think Michael Douglas does have ability to act.
I don't know why I'm sassing you so much today.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he was Hank Pym in Ant-Man.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, I know who he is.
I can't believe that's the one.
I just okay, no, I just remember what he looks like. Now.
He was in so many movies, and that's the one.
Well, I can't remember any of his other movies. Was he in... He wasn't in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, right? That was,
He was in Traffic?
Okay, I don't know what Traffic is.
You haven't seen Traffic?
I haven't seen Traffic, no.
With Benicio del Toro, Steven Soderbergh?
No, dude, I haven't seen a bunch of... I've never seen any Jurassic Park movies. I've never seen Jaws.
He was in Basic Instinct.
I don't think I saw Basic Instinct either.
Black Rain.
No.
Come on.
Just keep listing movies and we'll see how long our friendship survives.
It's really, it's really funny to me that I don't know. It's like it's really funny to me just like where our media circles overlap.
And where they absolutely fall apart.
Yeah, where they absolutely fall apart and where they absolutely overlap. Because it's like we know like on if we just had to talk about like if people had to look at us and go, okay, well, let's look at these guys based on their movie taste. We have basically no movies in common. Michael Douglas married to Catherine Zeta-Jones. You know Catherine Zeta-Jones?
I know who Catherine Zeta-Jones is.
Okay, good.
But like, I don't know who she's married to. I guess I know it's Michael Douglas now.
Yeah, famously, him and her had a falling out, but they've reconciled.
Okay.
Anyway, it's beside the point. But like, yeah, I mean, I've seen movies that you haven't. It's like we live in completely different worlds sometimes when it comes to certain types of media.
I mean, yeah, because you grew up in a very different way than I did. I remember I was. It's weird because I'm thinking about how when I was young, I got into that point where I really liked animation, and I still like animation, but I got to that point where I was like, but watching cartoons is kind of embarrassing, because all of my friends have started watching, like, National Geographic or Top Gear or something, which nowadays is the most embarrassing.
Yeah, jeez.
But, yeah, I remember feeling really embarrassed to have my interests for a long time, that I ended up just watching, like, stand-up comedy things. And then after a while, when I got to high school, I went back into animation. And I was like, this is so much better. I'm having such a more fun time. And I just kind of never looked back. So I think I missed a lot of movies very simply because I was essentially rebelling against my own bad feelings.
I totally get that. I mean, I understand where you're coming from. I'm kind of a cinephile, right? I love talking about movies. I love watching movies.
I enjoy it too. There's a lot of movies I never got around to, and they keep making more, which is pretty annoying. True. That's pretty uncool of them. I did eventually watch Blade Runner though, so we could talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, Blade Runner is fantastic. I've got a very low opinion of Ridley Scott nowadays, especially because I feel like a lot of his movies kind of suck.
The thing I remember most from Blade Runner is Harrison Ford dropping a hard R N-word in the opening of Blade Runner.
Okay, so you didn't watch the good version of Blade Runner. You watched the bad version of Blade Runner.
Oh, was that the bad version?
Yeah, okay, so according to the lore, basically because of like...
I know there are 3 of them.
Yeah, so there are famously for that movie, there are lots of different cuts of Blade Runner, but famously the studios, they did like test screenings for Blade Runner, and people didn't like the opening because they didn't know what was going on. And then the studio, if I remember correctly, forced Ridley Scott to force Harrison Ford to come back and do a voiceover that he did not want to do, right? So Harrison Ford is giving the world's most phoned-in voiceover in the history of voiceovers. And, it just ruins a lot of the movie, actually.
I do remember watching an H-Bomber Guy video about that, and hearing the voiceover is wild. He's just like, and I didn't think that the girl in front of me was a robot.
Yeah,
she was more girl than anything.
No, genuinely, Harrison Ford had no interest in doing the voiceover. The film had already wrapped. They had to bring him back to do it. He didn't want to do it, but he was contractually obligated. So
yeah,
it ruins the movie.
They had the moment where they had the cut where he doesn't do that, and they also had the cut where they added in the unicorn dream.
Yeah, yep. They added in the unicorn dream.
Hey, we got the broadsword. Game's over. Everyone go home.
Yeah, it's
Ugh.
It's the better version is to watch it without the voiceover for sure.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I remember watching that movie and then messaging my friends like, "Hey guys, I know you guys like this movie, but Harrison Ford drops a really hard N-bomb in the beginning."
Listen, right? Firstly, it was a matter of the time. Secondly, I don't think that was his choice to do that. I think they just
No, I don't think
Again-
Harrison Ford wrote the script or was like, "Hey, what's the director's name again? Ridley Scott?"
Ridley Scott, yeah.
I didn't think he went up to him and was like, "Hey, Riddles, don't worry about it. I got some great improv for you." N-word.
Yeah.
Qua.
Yeah.
No, okay, I'm trying to hit the dog. It's the only
just
time
a-
it's appropriate to say that.
It's badly made in my opinion. Those edits, right? Because those cuts, I guess, because I think that when it comes down to it, Blade Runner works so well as an artistic sort of movie when you don't say everything,
Yeah.
right? Like
When
it's
it's
about leaving
interpretive.
things. It's about leaving things up to the audience's interpretation, right? Like, it doesn't matter about, like ultimately the question about whether Deckard is a
replicant.
replicant or not. I personally don't believe he is, and I have my theories about that. But
Yeah, I don't think it really matters, but it's a fun idea.
yeah, no, you're meant to, like, famously Harrison Ford believes that Deckard is a human, and Ridley Scott believes that Deckard is a replicant. And like, yeah, you're meant to sort of interpret it. You have like interpretations either way, but it doesn't really matter because it's the it's the point of the story is that humanity is not something that you can easily just define, right?
Yeah, and I mean, the whole point of the replicants was to be like, it doesn't matter that they're replicants because they're basically human.
Yeah.
They're so close to human that it has ceased to matter.
Yeah, and like, I've always said that Deckard is a human, but he's lost touch with his humanity. That's what makes him so
Compelling.
compelling, right? It's because over the course of the story, he learns how to be a human again. You know.
I remember being very confused by Blade Runner, but I think that was because I watched the bad version. I watched it on Netflix. So, I mean, Netflix of all places, it's wild that they had the N-word version. Who historically they cut that scene from that episode of Community where they play D&D because Ken Jeong is dressed like a dark elf.
Okay, here's the thing about that, right? You're only gonna get canceled. Somebody cares to cancel you, you know.
Well, I think it's
In
a
a-
different situation because they bring up during the episode that it's like not cool, but it's also absolutely something that character would do, and it's something that like is explained thoroughly to be like, no, it's not like racially motivated. It's an idiot who thinks that it's okay to do this.
Yeah. Also, in the case of Deckard is, to suggest is that the police chief is the racist. Not that he himself is the racist. I think he's just using, he's sort of being direct about what's going on. He'd say, yeah, this guy just dropped racial slurs, and he's using the racial slur, because I guess the movie thinks that 2019 is like futuristic, and having lived through 2019 and a pandemic,
I am not impressed.
no, I am not impressed. But
You're breaking up a little bit.
It's just Oh, sorry. Also, I think we are actually coming close to the end of the stream.
Okay, well, do you
Probably
want
not.
me to rush to the next boss? Because I think I can do that.
Yeah. How long do you want to make an attempt at the next boss?
Yeah, you know what? If I want to, like, do, shortcuts and things like that, it's gonna take a while regardless. And we're 3
I think we
minutes
should
away.
end it.
So yeah, let's call it here.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh wait, did you say we should try it?
Everybody. No, I'm saying I think we should call it. So thanks everybody for joining us. We've had a lot. We've had like 5 consistent with the stream, so that's pretty cool.
Witness Kra-toes.
Yeah, witness Kra-toes. And
He's so upset. He's not even angry. We haven't created an angry Kra-toes. We've created a mildly perturbed Kra-toes. This has to go to the post office today, Kra-toes.
have you been to the post office? It sucks.
It is. It's the worst.
All right. So we are. Oh, okay. So we're gonna.
I can't believe we have 6
we're gonna call
viewers.
it for today.
I didn't think that Dark Souls
Whoa.
3 was this popular.
Well, thanks. Thank you. You make the dream work.
Yeah.
And yeah. So come. I think play us out.
Thank you so much for watching. On Monday, we will be continuing the Pokemon stream. We are getting very close to finishing Pokemon Shield. Then next week, Thursday, if Emilio has time in his schedule, maybe we'll continue this. If not, then we'll figure it out. I might do a bit more Magic, or we might go back to the selection streams. In the meantime, keep an eye peeled, because we have content coming out very soon. Hopefully. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah, we have some
hot goss. Hot
yeah,
German goss.
and yeah, subscribe.
Yes, subscribe and like and do all of those good things. And make sure that you're safe and happy. And if you're living in the US, take care of yourself. Remind people that you're in their community and you care about them, and try and stick together. In the meantime, stay safe, everyone. Stay magical, stay kind, and so long.
I regret to inform you that the Trump Secretary of Defense does not believe in the germ theory of disease. He doesn't believe that germs are real. Goodbye, everybody.
What a downer note to leave it on. Bye.